Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Hornets going up against the Dallas Mavericks. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. On paper, this appears to be a big mismatch. When you're expected to win as a player, I've always wondered, how do you keep from getting too relaxed?
I mean, you got to remind yourself that this is the NBA. So sure, there are teams with bad records, but everybody can be dangerous on any given night.
Now Nash, after the missed three from Raymond Felton. Nowitzki with the screen on Felton. Kicks it out to Nowitzki, beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Outside, Felton. Pass to Ginobili. Back to Felton. 5 on the clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Nash against Felton. Nash outside. And Jones has it in the corner. Drills the three-pointer. Jones has got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Mavs. Ashburn, the pass to Ginobili. Here's Red, defended by Jones. A three ball, and Red is good for three.
Oh, deadly from out there. Red can get hot in a hurry.
For the Hornets, they come into this one following a loss to Cleveland.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it, so you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
What a terrific feed by Nash.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Felton kicks to Red. There's the screen. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Nash up on top. He's covered by Felton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Raymond Felton.
For what you love about Nash, he's a coach on the floor, dictates the pace, always in total command of his team.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Bradley. And it's Cardinal in for Dante Jones. So he gets them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And the foul called on Deshaun Stevenson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now Red, 23 points for him the last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Nash. Kicks it out to Stevenson. A three-pointer off the mark. The Hornets trail by 5. Ashburn, the pass to McGlory. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Jamal McGlory, don't do him like that, showing off all that power.
Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Nowitzki sets a screen for Nash. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 3 assists tonight.
It's the shortest 3 in basketball. Love seeing them cash in from the corner.
Here's Mashburn. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Nice D from Nowitzki. Nash against Felton. Nowitzki with the screen on Felton. In the corner, it's Stevenson. Another three for Dallas.
Dialed in from behind the arc.
Ginobili with the ball. Still scoreless.
Timeout, timeout.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
All right, fans, let's give some applause for your New Orleans Hornets dancers.
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Podkolzin's checked in for Bogut. Villanueva comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Raja Bell, he's checked in for Deshaun Stevenson. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Nash. Now here's Ginobili. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
And here is Harris. Following the three-pointer by Raymond Felton. Harris. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Love his aggressive nature there. Sometimes you just got to do it yourself in the pick and roll.
Pass to Mashburn. No good on the three. Mavericks leading by 8. Harris looking it over. Here's Podkolzin. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
The Mavericks have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And it's Harris off the drive. Second chance shot. Here is Cardinal. He has yet to score. And it's rebounded by Mashburn.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Back to Felton. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Red. Count it from 12. Red's got 5.
You see how polished and confident Red is, especially from that area.
Felton against Harris. They set the screen. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Ginobili kicks to Red. Pass to Felton. Got a piece of it. Here is Cardinal. And here is Harris. Here he goes. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Cardinal. Back to Harris. Six on the shot clock. Goes back up. Here's Villanueva. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And even though we're at the midway point of the season, Clark, some teams still seem to be trying to figure things out.
Well, a team's development is an individual journey. I mean, some teams hit their stride at different points in the season. The one thing you don't want to do is panic too soon or get hung up on your successes to the degree of not improving. Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Wang is checked in for Charlie Villanueva. The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. Take a look at the Mavericks. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, there's the Hornets. Just need to take it a game at a time. Now, here's Felton. He's got 5. Pass to Red. And here is Ginobili to the inside. McClure, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now here's Ellis. He had 16 points in the win against Miami.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Here's Felton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
Now here's Ellis. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Nash. Here's Pavlovich, guarded by Red. Pavlovich passes to Lang. The rebound by McClure. The Hornets trail by 11. Ginobili outside. Now Felton, defended by Nash. Here's Mashburn. Good. A nice assist from Felton.
And you have to be cognizant of Mashburn's long-range shooting ability. This guy is really accurate from out there.
Now here's Ellis. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Back to Nash from downtown. Another three for Dallas.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And here is Ginobili following Steve Nash's three. And he gets the bucket.
Nice move by Ginobili inside, making his way around the contact, drawing the foul and getting the hoop.
Now here's Ellis. Nothing on the board. Pass to Nash from deep. Kicks it out to Ellis. And there's the call on Felton. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Jahadi White, he's checked in for Jamal McClure. Mason checks in for Michael Redd. Tony Allen's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Wesley in for Raymond Felton. Nash against Wesley.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Nash outside. Lets the three fly. Out to Harris. Back to Bogut. And it's Nash in the corner. Wesley with the ball. Guarded now by Nash. Wesley the pass to Mason. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Dallas leading by 9. Bogut sets a screen for Nash. Inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you got to like the intensity. He really went at him that time.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Mavericks?
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Heat. Harris against Wesley. Now Harris. 11-point game his last outing. Here's Bogut outside. Jones to stop the drought. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
It's really baffling. I don't know how he lost his touch at the line so dramatically, guys. I mean, and it happened quickly as well. He's nowhere close to what he shot from the line last season.
And the Hornets making a change here. White's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Podkolzin comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Ellis in for Devin Harris. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Mason reaching his way to the rack and says hello to the rim.
Seven-second difference, shot and game clock. Ellis with it. He's picked up by White. Here's Nowitzki. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Wesley with the ball over Ellis. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Mavericks lead by 11. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Wesley against Ellis. Wide, a screen on Ellis. And here is Wesley. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Shot clock at 3. Diving in, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Attacking with reckless abandon, Desmond Mason doesn't care what the defense is or how tight they're on him. He's going where he wants to.
And that one falls for Mason. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Podkolzin's checked in for Bradley. Nowitzki comes in for Wang. And Harris subbed in for Ellis. Now here is Harris. Pass to Nowitzki. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Hornets trail by 12. Now Red. Now Mason. Here's Wesley. Sinks the triple.
The specialty of David Wesley, knocking down the catch and shoot opportunity.
Wesley against Harris. Down low, stolen by Mason. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Wesley against Harris. Wesley the pass to Red. White setting the pick for Red. Over Stevenson. And they recover it. Here's Mason. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
Parks, he's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Harris. Shoots over Wesley. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Harris has got 6.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
That's tipped. So the wing on the left, Mason. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Nowitzki with the screen on Wesley. Harris passes to Nowitzki. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Nowitzki's so good in the screen and roll. Excellent at setting a hard screen and then rolling to the open space.
And the call will be against Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
And the Hornets call time here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dancer.
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Nowitzki. Cardinal comes in for Dante Jones. Bell is checked in for Stevenson. And Ellis in for Devin Harris. Mavericks leading by 13, and Bell kicks to Ellis. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's what you got to do. Go up strong.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Parks. Ellis against Wesley. Ellis, that's good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And there's a whistle that goes on Raja Bell. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Hornets. Jamal McGlure, he's checked in for Parks. That's Felton in for Tony Allen. Felton against Ellis. Pass to Red for the 3. Connects from three-point range. Red's got 8.
Or the long ball of Michael Red, the sweet shooting lefty, continuing to light it up from here.
In the corner, Bell with it. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. And for 3. And it's Ellis with the rebound. And so Ellis will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've led by as many as 14 points. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Guys, they deserve a lot of credit for not losing focus and letting one slip away. They came to play every time, and I expect that'll be the case tonight.
Wesley against Bell. Ellis outside. Screen by Villanueva. Pass to Cardinal. Launches a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists tonight.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's Felton. Got a hand on it. Ellis against Felton. Ellis dishes Cardinal. Ellis outside. Pass to Bell. 4 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Bell's got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, he really saved that possession, getting the shot off just in time.
Ellis with it. Now Felton defending. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Raymond Felton. The Mavericks have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
Monte Ellis taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Hornets trail by 16. Tries from 10. Ginobili can't hit.
you know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Now here's Ellis. Bogut with a screen on Wesley. Here's Ellis. Here's Bogut. Pass to Pavlovich. Off target from outside. New Orleans gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. It's Ginobili on the wing, guarded by Bradley. And the Hornets miss again. Dallas leading by 16. Now Ellis. Bogut with a screen on Wesley. Ellis goes in. Here's Bogut. And Bogut slams it in.
Punishing the rim. And maybe some feelings with that one.
New Orleans has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Wesley with a screen on Stevenson. Pass to Red. To halt the run. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists now in this one. Bogut sets a screen for Ellis to the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Just fooling the defender out of his shoes.
The Mavericks have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Dallas making a switch here. Wang's checked in. Here's Ellis following the bucket by the Hornets. And he drives in. Pass to Pavlovich. Ellis outside. Bogut with a screen on Wesley. Here's Ellis, and it's Monte Ellis with the finish.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Now Ellis. Ginobili missing from long range. Shot from free throw range. Kicks it out to Stevenson. No good with the triple. The Hornets trail by 17.
Mavericks foul. Sasha Pavlovich. First personal foul.
The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for your Hornets, David Wesley.
2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Not just a solid free throw shooter, Wesley does a lot for this team.
Mason, he checked in for Michael Redd. Dallas also making some changes. Nowitzki comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Nash in for Ellis. Stevenson passes to Nash. Nowitzki with the screen on Ginobili. Here's Nash. Here's Nowitzki. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got 6 assists in the game.
And Nash, really just pure genius in that pick and roll. You give him any kind of space, and he's going to whip the pass right through the teeth of the defense.
Nash against Wesley. Pass to Mashburn. Tries again. Some solid D from Nowitzki.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
To the paint. Inside. Hornets with the rebound. Mashburn's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Nowitzki. Drops in the layup for 2. Nowitzki's got 6 in the quarter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The Hornets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, the energy Ginobili plays with is actually unbelievable. He's a whirling dervish out there who is always doing something borderline spectacular.
Mavericks leading by 18. Nash outside. Nowitzki outside. Back to Nash. Pass to Nowitzki. Clock at 6. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And Nowitzki is an accomplished scorer inside. Uses his height extremely well. You can't allow him to get that kind of positioning.
Wesley against Nash.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Takes a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Wesley's got 7.
He flashes his touch from deep there.
Dallas has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. It's Nash with the drive. Nowitzki gets a wide-open look. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. 13 points in the game.
Love the response from Dirk. Wasting no time answering with his own triple.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Rod Colzine's checked in for Dallas. Villanueva comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Now here's Nash. He had 16 points in the win against Miami.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
The Hornets trail by 20. Here's Wesley, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I like how Wesley challenges the defense and how he initiates the contact on his shot.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Pass to Nash. Driving inside. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And the first step of Nash, devastating. Gets to the rim there with ease.
Here's Ginobili. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Clearly not the tallest guy in the league, more like one of the smallest in the league. But Nash figures out ways to do damage inside.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. And that one falls for Nash. Cardinals checked in for the Mavericks. And so he makes both from the line.
And what you love about him is he's a team-first guy, willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Pass to McGlure. Cardinal grabs the board. Dallas has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Here's Nash. Rebounded by Wesley.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Good on both. Dallas leading by 22, and Dallas calls their first time out of the game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
And the Mavericks making a change here.
Charlie Villanueva, Devin Harris.
Villanueva with a screen on Wesley. Pass to Jones. And no good.
and trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
And so it's Dallas, cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly.
Switch. Don't let Dirk shoot that. Hey, Bell.
Back to Harris.
Hey, who's watching now?
Nowitzki with the screen on Felton. 6 to shoot. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist from Harris. 15 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Tremendous offensive output tonight. Dirk can stuff the stat sheet.
It's stolen by Harris. In the corner, Bell with it. Back to Harris.
Hey, yo, right here, baby.
Nowitzki with the screen on Felton. Harris drives in. Banked in off the glass. Harris has got 8 points.
Well, to be a legit NBA player, you have to make those the tough ones.
Ginobili the pass to Mashburn. Felton kicks to Red. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
And boy, does Red fill it up fast. He can be red hot at times, pun intended.
To the inside. Here's Nowitzki. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Gotta be crafty in close.
And so it's Felton who will bring it up for the Hornets. That's tipped. It's stolen by Harris. Fast break, Dallas. And he lobs it up. It's tipped. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Ginobili the pass to Mashburn. Back to Ginobili. Down low, 5 to shoot. Here's Mashburn. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Harris dishes to Bell. Harris against Felton. Nowitzki sets a screen for Harris. Pass to Nowitzki over Felton. And it's Nowitzki missing. New Orleans got the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. To the paint, here's Red, and the rejection by Bradley. Harris against Felton. Nowitzki with the screen on Felton. Harris. The shot is good from Nowitzki. And that's now 19 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
That is a well-executed play. Nice timing on the roll.
Time called here. The Hornets decide to talk it over.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Podkolzin's checked in for Bradley. Cardinal comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Sasha Pavlovich, he's checked in for Jones. And Ellis in for Bell.
First personal foul, first team foul. Now into the lineup for Dallas.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Ginobili sets a screen for Felton. Pass to Red. It's up a 3. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton's got 4 assists now tonight.
That lefty stroke of him, Reds, man, it might be, well, it is one of the best in the league.
Now here's Ellis. He has 5. Now here is Harris from outside the arc. Red with the rebound. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And that one's good. Mashburn's got 7 points.
And whether it's from deep, inside, mid-range, Jamal Mashburn is at home as a scorer.
Ellis outside. And there's the call on Felton. That's his 4th foul of the contest. New Orleans making a switch here. Wesley's checked in.
Coming onto the floor for New Orleans, number 4, David.
Harris outside. Unloads from 13. Podkolzin. Hornets with the rebound. McClure's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. To the inside, here's Harris. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Harris has got 4 points this quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Ellis. 5 points in the game. Harris a screen on Ginobili. Pass to Podkolzin. Ellis with it.
That little up fake, that's a tried and proven move, really, since this game was invented.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
2 shots.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved, unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot.
Belly's checked in for the Mavericks.
Hey, I've said it before, it's worth repeating. You cannot underestimate the importance of free throws.
Wesley the pass to Red. Here's Mashburn. And here is Red. He's got 16, and it's in there.
Hey, he's not just a jump shooter now. Red, excellent at finding angles and available space inside.
There's the pick. Ellis goes in. Pass to Pavlovich. And here is Ellis. Villanueva with a screen on Wesley. In the corner, Bell with it. Shot clock at 5. The second chance effort. And there's the nice layup by Ellis. Ellis has got 9 points.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
Pass to Mashburn. Ginobili up top, defended by Bell. Now here is Red. Misses the 3. Here's Pavlovich. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. And Villanueva kicks to Ellis. Going inside. Here's Podkolzin. Here's Pavlovich. Ellis outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
At the line for the Mavericks, Monte Ellis. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Mason, he checked in for New Orleans. And so Monte Ellis nails both of them. The Hornets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the 3rd quarter. 4 of 8. Ellis against Wesley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 13 points in the game. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 13 in the 3rd quarter so far. Just above 50%. Ellis dishes to Bogut. And finished off by Bogut.
Solid team basketball, keeping the ball moving and creating a great shot.
New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Stevenson comes in for Raja Bell. And it's Nash in for Monte Ellis. Now here's Nash. He's got 11. Pass to Bogut. Shoots over Wesley. It's hauled in by Michael Redd. Redd's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Mashburn from the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Mashburn's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice dish from Redd that time. The sweet shooting lefty, showing you he's got more than just shooting in his package.
Releases out to Nash. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup. Nash has got 13.
This is Nash's bread and butter, his decision-making in the pick and roll. Masterful.
Here's Wesley. There's the drive. And it's sent back by Bogut. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. It's Redd outside.
New Orleans foul. David Wesley.
Mavericks making a switch here. Bradley's checked in.
Team foul. Substitution for the Mavericks. Number 44.
And for the Mavericks, they're shooting it beautiful here in the third. 56% from the field. Here's Nash. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And how about that nice finish in traffic by Nash, showing off his soft touch.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash.
Personal foul.
That's his 3rd foul of the game. Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Dallas. Cardinal comes in for Wang. Wesley the pass to Mashburn. And it goes down 2 points. He's got 12.
Smart pass from Wesley there. A savvy guard who understands when to give the ball up.
Bogut with a screen on Wesley. Here's Nash. Here's Bogut. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. And it's 6 points for Bogut.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Knocked loose and stolen by Nash. Shoots from 14. Bogut kicks it over to Nash. He takes it in. Back to Bogut. Allen with the ball. Foul guarded by Stevenson. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Parks, he's checked in for the Hornets. And Dallas also making a switch. Pavlovich is checked in. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Sedley's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Wesley the pass to Mashburn. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
Mavericks ball.
Mavericks shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. There's the pick. In the corner, it's Stevenson. Hands it from downtown. Stevenson's got 11.
And the corner three, such a valuable weapon in today's game.
Wesley against Nash. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
And the Mavericks call time here. And the Mavericks with some changes. Wang, he's checked in for Bradley. And Harris subbed in for Nash. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Dallas. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 12 points for him.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Count that one for Mashburn.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Harris. Here's Wang. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Wang's got his first bucket in this one. New Orleans has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Jones checked in for Parks.
Substitution for your Hornets, number 18, James Jones.
There's a minute 34 left in the 3rd quarter, and stolen by Harris. Pass to Stevenson. Another shot. Cardinal dishes to Pavlovich. Stevenson outside. Harris with it. Covered by Wesley. Wesley against Harris. Here is Cardinal. Back to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Cardinal gets the bucket.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Poke loose. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. Stevenson passes to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Jones. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Stevenson. Dallas shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. They set the pick. And it's Harris off the drive. Here's Pavlovich. No good on the triple. Mason for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Dallas with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Right back after this break. And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Wesley against Harris. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
The ball goes to Dallas.
And the Mavericks with possession. Screen by Bogut. Wesley against Harris. And there's the drive. Here's Bogut. Back to Harris. Bogut sets a screen for Harris. Pass to Bogut. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Hornets shooting the ball at 42%. Harris against Wesley. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Charlie Villanueva. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Head for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Reds got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Hornets.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Charlie Villanueva. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Wesley against Harris. Now Wesley misses the target. That drops him to 40% now. 4 of 10. Bogut with a screen on Wesley. Harris dishes to Bogut. Yep, that one goes in there. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Bogut's gone 5 of 6 in field goal attempts tonight. Wesley with the ball. Devin Harris covering. And it's the Hornets another 3.
David Wesley has a nice-looking release on that three-point shot, so you got to respect him from there.
Bogut with a screen on Wesley. Here's Harris. Here's Bogut. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Mason looking around. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Devin Harris.
Flat out, Desmond Mason can fly. Someone you pay to watch. Boy, he is electric when he lifts off.
And the Hornets making a change here. Felton's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Podkolzin's checked in for Bogut. Wang comes in for Charlie Villanueva. And it's Jones in for Cardinal. Now here is Harris. Pulls it up. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Felton against Harris. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Nowitzki's checked in for Wang. Ellis comes in for Bell. And Nash is subbed in for Harris. And the basket by Nowitzki.
And, you know, we know Nowitzki is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Does a fabulous job measuring up these shots.
And stolen by Nash. Pass to Ellis. With some arc. Nash can't get it to go. New Orleans has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter.
Dallas foul. Monte Ellis. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And that one misses. Deshaun Stevenson, who's checked in for the Mavericks. Good on the second free throw. So it's the Mavericks now. Ellis outside. Nowitzki with the screen on Felton. Ellis. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist from Monte Ellis. Nowitzki's got 4 points this quarter. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Tipped away. Stolen by Ellis. Fires from deep. And it's White with the rebound. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Now, here's Felton. Here's Red. It's tipped.
What a denial. He was right on cue with that block.
From deep, Stevenson. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis.
He's one of the guys they don't mind taking the three in transition when he's that open. He's lethal out there.
Ellis against Felton. Pass to Red. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 7 rebounds in the game. Nowitzki sets a screen for Ellis. Over Felton. Allen with the rebound. Hornets shooting the ball at 42%. Fires the 3. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Hornets ball as New Orleans keeps possession. Dallas on defense. Mason with it.
And Nowitzki's solid at 7 feet tall. Does a nice job contesting shots, making himself as big as possible to distract scores.
Nowitzki with the screen on Felton. Second shot opportunity. It's tipped. Taken away by Felton. And now here comes Red leading the break. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And Zoelis will bring it up for Dallas. Nowitzki with the screen on Red. To the middle. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. 25 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Nowitzki against Mason. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one's off. Still out of sync.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Nowitzki, the pass to Ellis. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Dirk Nowitzki, he can dish the rock too.
New Orleans gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Stelton. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Now here's Ellis. The shot comes out. White with the defensive effort. Mason with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. Mason misses.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Ellis. Kicks it out to Jones. Hornets with the rebound.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Mason misses.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
Ellis, that's good.
You like his thought process, really well executed.
Felton against Ellis. Felton kicks to Mason. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got 5 assists tonight.
And I think Mason needs to continue knocking down these trays because when he does that, everything opens up for him.
Now here's Ellis. Nowitzki. Ellis surveying the D. Into the lane. Takes it off the glass.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. And it's Monte Ellis with the finish.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And here's Jones, following the three-pointer by Raymond Felton. Nowitzki sets a screen for Jones. And Nowitzki slams it in.
Love when Nowitzki finishes with the dunk, showing some outstanding lift on that one.
New Orleans has gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Mason. Over Jones. Misses off the left iron. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Nowitzki outside. Fires the 3. Rebound by Raymond Felton. Well, for New Orleans, shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. White finds Felton. Jones against Mason. Over Jones. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And Mason has proven he has a mid-range jump shot, one that the defense got to respect.
And here is Ellis. Pass to Nowitzki. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Nowitzki's got 29.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 40% from the field. Here's Felton. And Jones pulls it down. Dallas shooting has been just great in the fourth quarter, 54%. Here's Nowitzki, and the layup is good. Nowitzki's got 18 points now here in the second half.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Mason against Nowitzki. Here's Felton. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Just straight tricking the defender with the shot fake. This is how it's done.
And Zoelos will bring it up for Dallas. Here's Nowitzki. Tries again. Lays it up and banks it in. Nowitzki's got 33.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Dallas.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight will make it 46.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Nowitzki.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Here's Mashburn. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. Here's Mashburn.
And such a skilled player. Mashburn can be a handful to keep up with as a defender. His game has that interesting mix of physicality and agility to it.
A different look for Dallas. Bradley comes in for Andrew Bogut. And Harris subbed in for Steve Nash. Here's Harris. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. For three, Bell. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And Ginobili. Here we go. And the rejection by Bradley. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Mavericks ball.
Now Harris. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.